Sophia stood frozen in the doorway of her living room, her designer heels clicking once on the hardwood floor before stopping completely. A stranger sat in her antique chair feeding her daughter, her 6-month-old daughter Emma, who should have been with the nanny. The man looked up, and their eyes met. He didn't look startled or guilty, just calm, almost gentle, as he continued to hold the bottle to Emma's lips. "Who are you?" Sophia's voice came out sharper than she intended, though her heart was hammering. "And what are you doing with my baby?" The man glanced down at the name tag on his green work shirt. "Mitch, I'm the repair technician," he said evenly. "Your nanny let me in to fix the furnace. About 20 minutes ago, she got a phone call and ran out. Said it was an emergency with her mother. She asked if I could watch the baby until you got home." Sophia's mind raced. She pulled out her phone and saw 3 missed calls from Grace, her nanny. A text message read, "Mrs. Harrison, so sorry, Mom fell, at hospital. Repairman said he'd stay with Emma. Please don't be angry, you were telling me my nanny left my infant daughter with a complete stranger?" Sophia said, anger rising. A man she'd known for less than half an hour? Mitch looked uncomfortable for the first time. "I know how it sounds, but she was really upset, crying about her mother. I told her I have a daughter myself, and that Emma would be safe. That's supposed to make me feel better." "No," Mitch said quietly, "but Emma was crying, and I couldn't just leave her alone, so I stayed." Sophia crossed the room quickly and reached for her daughter. Mitch handed Emma over without hesitation. The baby gurgled happily, milk dribbling down her chin. She seemed perfectly content. "I should call the police," Sophia said, but even as she spoke the words, she wasn't sure she meant them. "You could," Mitch agreed, "but I promise you I was just trying to help. Your nanny was desperate, your daughter was upset, and I know what it's like to be a parent in crisis." Sophia looked down at Emma, then back at this stranger. He had kind eyes, tired around the edges, working-class hands. Everything about him was different from the polished executives and investors she dealt with daily. "Where's your daughter now?" she found herself asking. "With my sister." Mitch said, "She's 3. My wife passed away last year, so my sister helps out when I'm working." The anger drained out of Sophia slightly. Another single parent, another person navigating the impossible task of raising a child alone. "I'm sorry," she said, her voice softer. "About your wife." "Thank you, and I'm sorry for scaring you. I told Grace I'd wait until you got home. I couldn't just leave." Sophia sat down on the sofa, Emma in her arms. "Most people would have." "I'm not most people." They looked at each other for a long moment. "Did you fix the furnace?" Sophia asked finally. "Yeah, your heat should be working fine. Now, what do I owe you?" Mitch stood, gathering his tools. "The company will send you a bill, but honestly, after this chaos, let's just call it even. I can't do that." "Mrs. Harrison," he read from his work order. "It's fine. Really, it's Miss." Sophia corrected automatically. "And it's not fine. You stayed with my daughter. That goes beyond furnace repair." Mitch paused at the door. "She's a sweet baby, barely fussed at all. You're doing a good job." Something about those simple words hit Sophia harder than they should have. She spent 14-hour days running Harrison Enterprises, the tech company she'd inherited and tripled in value. She made decisions affecting thousands of employees. She negotiated deals worth hundreds of millions, but nobody ever told her she was doing a good job as a mother. "Thank you," she said, her voice catching slightly. Mitch nodded and turned to leave. "Wait," Sophia called out. He stopped. "What's your daughter's name?" "Lily." "And you really stayed just because Emma needed someone?" "What else would I do?" Mitch asked. "Walk away?" After he left, Sophia sat holding Emma for a long time. She called Grace, who was sobbing apologies between updates about her mother's broken hip. Sophia assured her everything was fine and to take whatever time she needed. Then she sat in the quiet house, thinking about a repair technician who'd stayed with a stranger's baby, because it was the right thing to do. The next day, Sophia found the name of Mitch's company and called. "I need to speak with whoever handles your technicians." She told the receptionist, "I want to file a report about one of your employees." 10 minutes later, she was on the phone with the owner, Ma. I assure you we take any complaints very seriously," he said. "What did Mitch do?" "He went above and beyond his job. Sophia said he stayed with my infant daughter during an emergency, and I want to make sure he's recognized for that." There was a pause. "Oh, well, that's not what I expected. I'd also like to request him specifically for any future service calls. I'll make a note in your file." 2 weeks later, Sophia's hot water heater started making strange noises. She called the company. Mitch showed up that afternoon. "Mrs. Harrison," he said, when she opened the door. "Miss Harrison," she corrected with a slight smile, "and I think after you bottle-fed my daughter, you can call me Sophia." "Mitch," he said, though she already knew he fixed the water heater quickly. Sophia found herself making excuses to check on his progress. Emma was napping upstairs, and the house felt too quiet. "Can I ask you something?" she said as he was packing up. "Sure. Why did you really stay that day? You could have called me or called the police for a welfare check or done a dozen other things." Mitch was quiet for a moment. "After my wife died, I had to take Lily to work with me a few times before my sister could help. And people were, well, they were kind, but I could see them judging me, thinking I was unprofessional or that I couldn't handle being a parent." He looked at her directly when Grace asked me to stay. I saw the same panic in her eyes that I'd felt, and I just thought, what if someone had been there for me? What if someone had helped instead of judged? Sophia felt something shift in her chest. "That's a good answer. It's the truth. Would you like to stay for coffee?" The words were out before Sophia could stop them. Mitch looked surprised. "I should get to my next appointment." "Right, of course, I'm sorry, that was inappropriate." "No," Mitch said quickly. "It's not that. I'm pretty sure you don't usually invite the repair guy for coffee." "I don't usually come home to find the repair guy feeding my baby either." Mitch smiled then, a real smile that transformed his whole face. "Fair point. I'd love some coffee. Let me just call the office and push back my next job." They sat at her kitchen table, two single parents drinking coffee in the middle of a Tuesday afternoon. "How old is Lily?" Sophia asked. 3.5. "She's in the why stage. Everything is why, until I want to pull my hair out." Sophia laughed. "I'm not looking forward to that." "What do you do?" Mitch asked. "For work, I mean, besides having a house that requires a lot of repairs." "I run a tech company." Sophia said. Nothing exciting, Mitch repeated. "Most people who say that are being modest. What about you? Have you always been in HVAC repair?" "Actually, I was in architecture," Mitch said. "But after my wife got sick, the medical bills piled up, and I needed something with more immediate income and flexible hours. My buddy owned the repair company and taught me the trade." "Do you miss it? Architecture?" "Every day," Mitch admitted. "But Lily needs me now. The grand plans can wait." Sophia understood that choice, the sacrifice of personal dreams for a child's needs. They talked until Emma woke up crying. Mitch offered to leave, but Sophia surprised herself by inviting him to stay. He sat on the floor playing with Emma. While Sophia prepared her bottle. "She likes you." Sophia observed. "Kids are good judges of character." Mitch said. "Lily would probably like her if they ever met." The words hung in the air. "An unspoken possibility. Maybe they could," Sophia said carefully. "Meet. I mean, there's a park near here. Emma loves watching the older kids play. Lily would love that they met at the park that Saturday." Lily was a tiny whirlwind of energy with dark curls and her father's kind eyes. She was immediately fascinated by Emma. "Baby," she kept saying, trying to touch Emma's face with sticky fingers. "Gentle. Lily," Mitch reminded her, "like we practiced." Sophia watched him with his daughter, patient and attentive, so different from Emma's father, a venture capitalist who'd wanted nothing to do with a child who'd signed away his rights before Emma was born. "She's wonderful," Sophia said. "She's a handful," Mitch corrected. But his love was evident. Over the following weeks, they began meeting regularly. Park visits turned into dinners. Dinners turned into weekend outings. Lily and Emma became a package deal, and Sophia found herself thinking about Mitch at odd moments during board meetings while reviewing quarterly reports in the quiet evening hours. When Emma slept one evening, after the girls were both down for the night, they sat on Sophia's back patio. "This is strange, isn't it?" Sophia said. "What is?" "This, us. I'm a billionaire CEO. You're an HVAC technician. We shouldn't work." "Why not?" Different worlds, Sophia, said different everything. Mitch turned to look at her. You know what I see? Two people who love their daughters, who know what it's like to do it alone, who understand sacrifice and hard work. The rest is just details. The money doesn't bother you. Why would it? Most men are intimidated. I'm not most men, Mitch said, and I'm not interested in your money. I'm interested in you. Sophia felt tears prick her eyes. No one's ever said that to me before. Then you've been spending time with the wrong people. He reached for her hand. Sophia, I know this is complicated. I know we come from different places, but I haven't felt this way since my wife died. And if there's a chance you feel it too, then I think we should see where it goes. I'm scared, she admitted. So am I. What if it doesn't work? What if it does? Sophia looked at their intertwined hands, her designer watch against his work-roughened skin. Emma's father didn't want her, she said. Quietly, he took one look at the ultrasound and walked away, signed the papers without a second thought. I'm not him, I know, Sophia said, but I need you to understand what you're getting into. I'm not easy. I work constantly. I make more in a day than most people make in a year, and people will talk. They'll say you're with me for money, that I'm slumming it, that we're both making a mistake. Let them talk. It won't be that simple. Nothing worthwhile ever is, Mitch said. Look, I can't compete with your ex financially. I can't buy you diamonds or take you to fancy resorts, but I can promise you this. I will show up. I will be present, and I will never walk away from you or Emma. Sophia kissed him then. A leap of faith from a woman who built her life on calculated risks. 6 months later, Mitch moved into her house not for the money or the space, but because their lives had already intertwined in ways that made separation painful. Lily had her own room, decorated with princesses and stars. Emma was crawling, chasing after her big sister with determined giggles. The board members raised eyebrows. Sophia's social circle whispered. But Sophia had spent her whole life proving herself, and she was done caring what others thought. One evening she came home to find Mitch cooking dinner, while Lily colored at the table, and Emma played in her high chair. Welcome home, he said. Kissing her, it was so ordinary and so perfect. I have something to tell you, Sophia said. That sounds serious. I've been thinking about hiring a new VP of operations. Okay? Someone with an architecture background. Sophia continued. Someone who understands design and structure and thinking long-term. Someone who gave up their dreams but might want a chance to pursue them again. Mitch went still. Sophia, we're launching a new division focused on sustainable building design, she said, and I need someone to lead it. The salary is competitive, and you'd be making decisions that could change how thousands of buildings are designed. You're offering me a job? I'm offering you a choice, Sophia said. Keep doing HVAC repair if that's what makes you happy, but if you want to go back to architecture, to design, to the work you loved, then I'm giving you that opportunity. People will say you're only hiring me because we're together. Let them say it. Sophia said, I've seen your portfolio. I know what you're capable of. You're the best person for this job, and if anyone wants to argue, they can take it up with me. Mitch pulled her close. How did I get so lucky? You fed my baby when you could have walked away. Sophia said, you stayed when anyone else would have left. You're a good man, Mitch, and good men are hard to find. I love you. I love you too. Lily looked up from her coloring. Are you guys being mushy again? Emma threw her toy on the floor and laughed, and Sophia thought about the strange path that had brought them here, from a crisis and a stranger to a family she never expected. Sometimes the best things in life come from the moments that scare you most, from taking a chance on someone different, from understanding that love doesn't care about bank accounts or social status, it just cares about showing up. And Mitch had shown up when it mattered most. Everything else was just details. If this story warmed your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories about unexpected love and second chances. Comment below about a time when someone showed up for you when you needed it. Most your story could inspire someone else to take a chance on love.